This was almost 20 years ago, so my memory might be a little hazy. With XCOM gone and no sign of any survivors from HQ, I had somehow fallen in with a couple of other misfits the aliens hadn't managed to kill yet. We mostly kept our heads down and scavenged what we could. Until one day we found a map. A map claiming to point towards a human sanctuary. A gathering place for those of us still out there. We were suspicious, of course, but we didn't really have much else to lose. 5 minutes in either direction and we would have never met. But for whatever reason, my little group seemed to get along pretty well. We weren't much more than wandering vagabonds at that point, but the map gave us a purpose. Something to work towards. That meant moving through occupied territory, though. So this was sure to be a test of our resolve. Moving. Come get some.
Ya voy. A ello voy.
I had been moving in the fringes, surviving on whatever I could, wherever I could. Truth be told, I had just about given up on everyone by then. Our so-called leaders had already told the world the fight was over, and I was in no position to convince anyone otherwise. Good copy. Moving on target. That's on me. I don't remember all the details, especially how I made it out of the base back then. I woke up in a smoking pile of rubble and crawled as far as I could. Beyond that, there was a lot of dark, bitter days in between.
Grenade out!
Another notch. Target eliminated. Too close to the heat! We had hoped we could scavenge a few supplies. Maybe find something to eat at the diner. Unfortunately, the aliens didn't give us a whole lot of time to look around. Heading out. Uncovering.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
On my way. Fire in the hole!
Me dirijo a la posición indicada. En guardia. Affirmative, moving out.
It's strange to think what it was like back then before Advent became the front. There were plenty of aliens, but a lot less barking. Stranger still is how quickly people forgot what the real faces of the war looked like. You wouldn't think the novelty of alien invaders would ever wear off.
Moving. Overwatch.
On the move. I'm on it.
Enseguida.
Get it together. In the early days, the Faceless weren't even disguised half the time. And there were all kinds of silly-ass rumors about shape-shifting animals, vehicles, all kinds of things. That made trust even harder to come by among strangers.
Target's still up.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
Cero cargas.
Kill confirmed! Negative damage. That's it, I'm out! I need a medic! We had to make do with whatever weapons we could scrounge up. We didn't know a whole lot about the alien tech back then. I figured if we actually found anything XCOM built, at least I could count on it being pointed at the aliens first. The first day went well, but now the aliens knew we were up to something. Our first stop yielded a few decent upgrades, but nothing that was gonna set the world on fire. And there was only so much we could take with us. We had to travel light if we were gonna keep up this pace. We had no idea who made the map in the first place, but if there really was some kind of hidden sanctuary out there, I wanted to see it for myself. The map was steering us right through town, but we figured maybe we'd creep through the cemetery instead to keep things quiet. I tried to take a few notes just in case we forged a new path. If history was going to be written by the victors, then I at least wanted to have something ready just in case we finally got our act together. We were all a little suspicious, but we managed to pick up another recruit near the cemetery. As risky as it was, we needed all the help we could get, and I wasn't worried about splitting the gear another way. Once we got close, the aliens were all over us pretty quick. What we found was difficult to face.
Paso ligero. Queda claro.
Shot wide.
Kill confirmed.
In the 2 years or so since we lost the base, I hadn't heard so much as a peep about XCOM, much less run into any familiar faces. Most people never knew we existed in the first place, so there wasn't a whole lot of point in asking around.
Target eliminated.
Understood. Moving out. Missed the target. Toss me some ammo.
Marchando. El disparo no ha dado. Afirmativo. Enemigo eliminado.
And we're off. I'll keep an eye on it. I'd seen a few zombies during the early days of the invasion, but not like this. Not up close. They were human once, but we didn't have any choice. The last place you want to run into a bunch of psychic aliens is a cemetery full of fresh graves.
Entendido. En movimiento. Afirmativo. Cubriendo. Me dirijo a la posición indicada. Ven y verás.
I'm not sure I ever really believed in the prospect of finding survivors, and the weapons my team were after weren't going to do much on their own. Notice how I said team? That's when I started to realize what the actual payoff here was.
Me dirijo allí. Uno menos. Pocas cargas.
Taken care of.
Not good. Got no ammo.
I hadn't felt a sense of camaraderie in a long time. Most people were respectful of the surviving war veterans that were still out here. Some might even offer us a friendly smile. Still, I ran into plenty of people who couldn't do anything but blame us. Soldiers, politicians, doctors. We had all failed someone in one way or another.
Rock and roll.
Me dirijo allí. That is not good. Afirmativo. He fallado. ¡Munición agotada! La próxima vez le doy. ¡Poca munición!
Got him.
We had spent a fair amount of time together, but my new friends didn't know much about my background. To them, I was just an ex-military survivor, another broken-down veteran. As time went on, I think they started to piece it together on their own. I didn't mind keeping them guessing.
Locked and loaded.
On my way. On Overwatch.
En marcha. Explorando. Bien. Cargada y lista.
I got to thinking about all the people I know for sure didn't make it out of HQ. Assuming the aliens haven't tried to clear it out, that mountain is the final resting place for a lot of good people. I had always hoped to go back there one day and put up a marker, or something at least.
Affirmative, moving out. Got it covered.
Heading there now. I'm on it.
Posición confirmada. Todo cubierto. Voy. Afirmativo, cubriendo.
Movement is close. Not good.
got nothing. Ve a curarlos. ¡Toma esa!
Draining ammo fast. Missed the target. Kill confirmed.
I'm on the move. I'm on it.
Move into position. Ready to rock.
Órdenes confirmadas. En marcha. A ello voy. Estoy en marcha. Poniéndome en guardia.
I'm on the move.
I'm on it.
I'm all over it.
Orders confirmed. Moving out. Got it covered.
Allá voy. Poniéndome en guardia. Voy hacia ese lugar. Todo cubierto.
Rolling. Moving to Overwatch.
Moving out.
On the move. Overwatch.
Bien. En guardia. Recibido. A ello voy.
Movement here. Headed there now. Uncovering.
Okay. Overwatch.
Rolling. Scanning.
Voy hacia allá. Ven y verás. Voy hacia allá.
Come on.
neutralizado. Pocas cargas. Toman posiciones alrededor. Posición confirmada. Asunto resuelto. Necesito munición.
As grim as it seemed, we made it out of the cemetery not much worse for wear. We had gotten used to salvaging gear by that point. We'd picked through just about everything left on the alien bodies. The map was driving us towards what looked to be some kind of freight yard. But first we had to cut across the edge of town near a local dive bar. I remember being genuinely excited at the prospect of finding a nice, stiff drink. Unfortunately, the arrival of Advent had ushered in a new era of restrictions and bans, which meant pretty much anything that you might consider fun was outlawed. Still, there was a chance I might find something good out there in the boonies. Things were quiet when we showed up, but it looked like we had just missed the action, with all the hallmarks of an Advent sweep gone south. In those days, they were rounding up stragglers pretty aggressively, and it didn't take much to provoke a fight. We never did find out who it was, but odds are they were either convinced to move to a city center or dumped in a mass grave somewhere.
I'm trusting you here. Get it together.
Si tú lo dices. Vale, voy. ¡Granada va! Está muerto. Tiene que estarlo.
We're pushing him back.
By now, we were starting to work pretty well together, and my little team had already racked up a respectable kill count by the time we moved in on the bar. That was the only explanation I could come up with, because it didn't take long for a whole lot of aliens to close on our position.
Todo cubierto.
Overwatch confirmed.
Moving to designated coordinates. Scanning.
Location confirmed.
Afirmativo.
us!
Not even close. There were still some independent businesses out there trying to survive the occupation back then. In a few areas, things almost seemed normal, but Advent wasn't having it. Constantly changing restrictions on unauthorized food sources made it almost impossible not to move to the new city centers.
¿Qué hay ahí? A ese le he dado fijo. Moving out.
Okay, I'll go.
Vale, voy. Compruébalo antes de acercarse.
It's dead. It has to be dead.
¿That all you got?
Finding a drink wasn't easy, but the good stuff was still floating around out there in the territories. All highly illegal, of course. If you couldn't trade for it, you could always try your luck in the abandoned cities. A lot of people disappeared chasing vices of the old world back then.
Never gets the point!
Getting short on rounds. This is for you.
Le he dado, ¿no? Compruébalo antes de acercarte. Necesito un poco de munición.
Advent was still in the early stages of establishing itself as the new global front. But we ran into some of their first troops that day outside the bar. I was pretty confident we'd come out on top, but even I was impressed by how well we handled these guys.
Target eliminated. Cúralos.
Will do. Go, get out of here.
Supongo que está bien. Si tú lo dices. ¿Qué hay ahí? Estás a salvo. ¡Corre!
We didn't have the slightest clue what these Advent goons were barking about back then. Not that it mattered. The more of them we took out, the more I started to see that with the right people, there was still a chance we could make a difference out here.
Estás a salvo. ¡Corre! Poniéndome en guardia.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Orders confirmed. On the move. Come get some.
What's over there? Affirmative, covering now.
Te haré caso. Afirmativo. Cubriendo. Ha dado en la coraza.
Got it, right?
By now, we had definitely gotten someone's attention. The aliens were down a couple of dozen kills, and we were taking our sweet time clearing out every last one of them. For people that came out here as scavengers, my new pals had almost forgotten about looking for gear.
Si tú lo dices, ¡sal de aquí! Supongo que está bien.
I remember we did manage to rescue at least a couple of civilians before things got ugly.
On the move! Affirmative. Covering now. Cargada y lista. Explorando.
Let's get down to it. I'm on it.
Adjusting aim.
Missed the target.
We left the bar sober but fully intact. I couldn't really complain about the outcome. We were able to pull some usable armor vests and PCS components from the Advent units near the bar, but there was no sign of anything I recognized from XCOM. Past the bar on the outskirts of town was the freight yard. And according to the map, this was where the sanctuary was supposed to be. We found some old trail markers, symbols people called the hobo code back in the day. None of us actually knew what the signs meant, but we got the distinct impression we were being warned to steer clear. We had already come too far, and if the aliens had gotten to these people, we had to know for sure. The freight yard hadn't been in operation since the war started. With few exceptions, interstate commerce had all but ground to a halt by this point. I'm sure the old boxcars made for a tempting place to hide when the aliens rolled up on the town. Unfortunately, if anyone had survived, there was no sign of them when we showed up. I can't say we weren't disappointed. There was no sanctuary here, and if there ever was, the aliens had done their worst.
I guess that'll be okay.
I'm trusting you here. Vale, voy.
I definitely got that one.
Te haré caso. Guardia. Got it covered. Ven y verás. I definitely got that one.
Maybe they thought they could get one of the trains running again to leave town. We were never sure. But what we found was nothing short of a massacre. The aliens had left no stone unturned. I had seen a lot of things I never expected back then. But this was something worse.
Location confirmed. En marcha.
Scanning.
Explorando.
Whatever hope our group had of finding a sanctuary here had all but disappeared. We were all knotted up, blinded by rage. We were hungry for a fight now. We wanted their whole damn army after us. And from what I remember, they were happy to oblige.
Allá voy.
Moving on, watch. We got something here.
It was probably stupid of us to think we'd find some safe haven, some respite from the real world. We had all been out here long enough to know better. But even I had let my guard down a little bit just this once. Never again.
Okay, I'll go. Overwatch.
Ven y verás. Explorando. What's over there? Affirmative, covering now.
I'd like to think that at a certain point, some alien commander or advent officer noticed our little path of destruction, and just for that one instant felt a sense of panic. The map had led us through bigger and better targets, and we had met every challenge.
Double time. ¿Qué hay ahí?
If you say so.
Guardia.
Double time!
Come get some.
Target neutralized.
They're all over me! Watch the sides!
During the invasion, the Elders kept a short leash on some of their wilder creations, but they weren't holding back anymore. We may have been the first humans to see some of these things up close. Made for a good test of our resolve.
What's over there? Check it before you get too close.
Pocas cargas. Si tú lo dices. I guess that'll be okay. The tissue melts away. It's dead! It has to be dead!
Incoming, over here! Taking fire over here!
Watch the flanks! They're moving!
I don't remember who, but someone in the group joked that we should come up with a name for our little resistance cell. When I heard that, I knew they saw it too. We weren't taking orders from above. We were a squad now.
Good copy. Moving on target.
Adjusting sights! Draining ammo fast!
Supongo que está bien. ¡Bam! If you say so. Reloaded. Poniéndome en guardia. ¡Me han hecho daño!
They got me! I'm trusting you here.
Vale, voy. Okay, I'll go. Si tú lo dices.
That's it! Out of ammo here!
It was a tough fight, but we made it out of the freight yard in fine shape. The squad was feeling good at this point. We pulled whatever we could off the aliens and scrounged up a few things from the freight yard before moving on. The police station was the last major landmark on the edge of town. Map aside, we knew people had flocked to police stations, army barracks, any place they thought might protect them from the aliens. A lot of people made their last stands in those places, and I wasn't looking forward to walking in on a massacre. Still, we had to know for sure. As we got closer, it was clear the aliens had already set up inside the station. Between Advent and the usual suspects, the entire place was crawling with hostiles. Whoever tried to hole up inside had definitely put up a fight. There were still fresh plasma burns smoldering when we got there.
Guardia!
When we got there, the police station was overrun with Advent troops. And they weren't taking any prisoners. Seeing what they had done to the station, knowing there had been people in there. If we were angry before, now we were motivated.
I guess that'll be okay.
¿Qué hay ahí?
What's over there?
Supongo que está bien.
Moving. Come on, focus!
Está muerto. Tiene que estarlo.
I got it, right? Overwatch!
Police were in no position to fight a war, much less an alien invasion. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them tried, but most of them didn't live long enough to do any real damage. The situation here was a little different, though. There were a lot of dead aliens piled up. More than usual, anyway.
Throwing the hook! Affirmative! Covering now!
This may be painful. Si tú lo dices. Si tú lo dices.
Here, catch!
No sabrá ni que le alcanzó. ¡Me ha dejado sin respiración!
I might need some help. That one hurt a little.
I'm all right. Taking fire.
As far as I could tell, someone had gotten trigger happy with a whole bunch of plasma grenades. Which side was responsible wasn't clear, but someone had torn this place up, and it looked like everyone involved paid the price.
Target eliminated. Atiéndelos. Ha rebotado en el blindaje. I definitely got that one.
Ready for the fireworks.
Boom! ¡Ayuda! ¡Se están moviendo! I don't feel so good!
The reality of it was, these people had a choice. They could have kept running. They didn't have to stop here. Didn't have to make a stand. But for whatever reason, I guess they had finally had enough. They knew what was coming, and they stood and faced it down, right up until the end.
Okay, I'll go. Close quarters! Got him!
If you say so. Overwatch.
Todo cubierto. ¿Qué hay ahí? Ya puedes irte. ¡Ay, venga ya! ¡Ya me queda poca munición! Tropas de Advent detectadas.
If a bunch of civilians were willing to stand up to Advent knowing they didn't have a chance in hell, what would history have said about us if we had turned and run away? None of us had any intention of leaving that place before the aliens paid for what they had done.
Come get some.
What's over there?
Check it before you get too close.
I'm trusting you here. Come get some! Vale, voy. Venga, espabila. Adjusting aim. Mi posición ya no es segura. Arma vacía. Estaba sufriendo bastante. ¡Qué poder!
Taking every fire!
We didn't know it at the time, But I suppose this whole situation is even sadder when you consider most of these aliens are just pawns in the Elders' game. Not that I feel bad for them, but do you think the Elders care how many of these things we killed?
Your mind is your weakness. That's it! Moving to designated coordinates. Come on!
I'm all right. I'm trusting you here. I definitely got that one.
If you say so. I'm on it. Adelante. Just a little off.
Kill! Kill! Kill them all!
Orders confirmed. Moving out. Te haré caso. I guess that'll be okay. Está muerto. Tiene que estarlo.
Every casualty, every loss, they just made me angrier, more driven to fight. No one was in the mood to stick around and loot the place, but we grabbed whatever we could on our way out. Things started to open up as we got away from town. We made a beeline straight for the farm in the hopes of getting a few hours rest. We knew at this point the aliens were going to come looking for us eventually. We had left a path of destruction that only pointed one direction. I just hoped we'd catch a breather before the next round of reinforcements showed up. We rolled into a nice homestead. Big red barn and all that. Kinda reminded me of the old family farm back in Kansas. But that's another story. And unfortunately, this one leads us right back into another big fight. In retrospect, we probably should have avoided any landmarks. But we were all worn out and not exactly thinking straight.
It is clear.
Todo cubierto. Ni de cerca.
Being on the farm brought back a lot of memories. It would have been nice to find a quiet spot to rest for a bit. But we had kicked the hornet's nest, and they weren't about to let us sit around and reminisce about the old days.
Heads down! I'm trusting you here. I got it, right?
Vale, voy. Target neutralized. What's over there?
The Andromedons were a surprise. We didn't know what to make of that diving suit, especially when it kept fighting even with that thing inside splayed out the front.
Moving out.
It's dead. It has to be dead. On the move.
I'm all over it. Supongo que está bien. Ve a curarlos. Position confirmed.
I remember hoping to avoid collateral damage at the time, but it was probably a good thing the farm was abandoned by the original owners. There wasn't a whole lot left of their barn after the fight.
Headed there now.
I'll go.
Está muerto. Tiene que estarlo.
Check it before you get too close.
If you say so. Moving to Overwatch.
I'm still not entirely sure what the aliens did with the tens of millions of cattle and other animals we had across the country before they decided animal husbandry was too risky of a technology for humans to possess. I know it's got something to do with those damn Advent burgers.
I'm trusting you here. Queda claro. On Overwatch. Ven y verás. Get it together.
With the aliens coming for us directly now, I had my concerns about what we might find at the end of the road. We could have stopped and gone our separate ways, but I wasn't about to break up this thing we had going, whatever it was.
I'm out of rounds.
If you say so.
I hope it's worth it.
Venga, espabila. Necesito munición.
Throw a grenade!
Your flesh is weak. I got it, right?
Adjusting aim.
Even after 20 years, we still haven't managed to get back enough of the world to start farming for ourselves again. I've wondered sometimes if that's all part of the Elders' master plan. Get us reliant on their systems, then sit back and wait. The younger generations won't have any idea how to survive outside of the city centers.
Back in!
Scanning.
Overwatch, moving to Overwatch.
Okay, I'll go. Lista para atacar. Orders confirmed. Moving out.
What's over there? What's over there?
I guess that'll be okay. Ahí allá voy. I'm on it.
On Overwatch. I'm on it.
I'm on it.
Overwatch, confirmed. Moving to Overwatch.
Move into position.
I guess that'll be okay. I'm going.
What's over there? Scanning. Poniéndome en guardia. Affirmative.
Scanning.
Covering
Come
now.
get some.
Okay.
If you say so. All right, I'll go. Overwatch.
Okay, I'll go. Got it covered. Te haré caso.
Don't think it went through.
Moving to Overwatch.
Moving to Overwatch.
Explorando.
I definitely got that one. Yeah, I didn't get it.
Eso no me gusta.
We made it clear of the farm despite the aliens' best efforts. We found some odd weapons on the farm. Not the kind of thing you would normally find on Advent. Or anyone else for that matter. The aliens must have been using the dam as some kind of rally point or rendezvous. Because this was no patrol, no routine Advent sweep. They had brought out something special just for us. And to be honest, it was serious. If I had had any sense of self-preservation back then, I might have been worried about losing this one. I put on a brave face for the others. This wasn't the time to get shook up. The aliens were guarding the place like it was hallowed ground. With no survivors and nothing to salvage, we came here looking for a fight, and that's all we found. Among the squad, we all agreed. To hell with the aliens. If the dam was important to them, then we were going to take it away. Permanently.
Enemy is still up! Okay, I'll go. Fear the void! Negative damage. ¿Qué hay ahí?
worth it. Firing rockets!
At one time, the dam had provided steady power for the town and the whole county beyond. From what we could tell, the aliens had seized it to power some kind of portal.
Moving on target location.
I guess that'll be okay. It is clear.
I guess that'll be okay. Si tú lo dices.
Barely got it!
Hit the armor.
I got it, right? Got it covered.
Come get some. Ven y verás.
We had picked up a few upgrades along the way, but the aliens weren't about to give us any kind of technological advantage. They wanted to finish us, and they brought the guns to make it happen.
Affirmative.
Double time. Vale, voy.
I'm covering.
That's affirmative. Guardia.
As much time as I've spent trying to forget those days, you have to expect some of the finer details to get a little blurry. Thinking about it now, I'm pretty sure what we ran into back then was some kind of avatar. I remember the hair. Just take my word for it.
Position confirmed. Ha dado en la coraza. What's over there?
I'm trusting you here. All right, I'll go.
Where will you run? It's inside me!
We didn't consider it at first, but fighting on top of that dam was probably a bad idea. Tight quarters, plenty of things that could explode in our face, and the toughest aliens we had encountered so far on this little expedition. Up close and personal.
Grenade out! They're going down!
You're mine.
Catch!
Ese blindaje es duro.
Repositioning on us! Fire's getting worse here!
By now, my squad was probably the most dangerous group of alien killers on the continent. Except maybe for the Reapers. But I hadn't met Falk just yet.
I think you're melting.
Frag out! What's over there? I'm getting burned! Running dry!
Te haré caso. Necesito una curación de grupo.
Overwatch confirmed.
Rolling. That armor's tough.
Eventually, it dawned on me. Once we got through this fight, we'd have to figure out what to do next. Somehow in the heat of battle, I panicked for a second, thinking ahead to the possibility of losing my new friends. We'd just have to find someone else to pick a fight with.
Eso haré. On my way.
Moving out. Location confirmed.
On it.
Come get some.
Deflection. En guardia. Supongo que está bien. Moving to designated coordinates.
What's over there? Solid copy.
Affirmative.
We're ready,
Explorer,
Overwatch.
covering now. Si tú lo dices. Roger that.
If you say so. I'm going.
The rift beckons. Get it together. Munición en las últimas.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Shot failed to connect.
Missed. Take this! Let's make this clean. Put off the armor.
Vale, voy. Understood. Moving out. ¿Eso es? Necesito suministros. Got him. I'm trusting you here. I pierce all.
I'm trusting you here. All right, I'll go. Check it before you get too close. I'm on it. What's over there? I hope it's worth it.
If you say so. Sí. Gremlin, atención médica.
Got it covered. We're green to go.
Got it covered.
I'm on it. Getting a little toasty here!
Solid coffee.
Good to go. I'm going.
Okay, I'll go. Te haré caso. A ello voy.
Scanning. Affirmative.
On
Covering
Overwatch.
now.
Rolling out.
Running. Copy that.
Good to go. Allí voy. Los enemigos se mueven. Afirmativo, cubriendo.
Going hard.
Roger that.
Roger that. It is clear.
What's over there? Poniéndome en guardia.
I've got movement here.
Go, go, go!
If you say so. What's over there?
I'm trusting you here. Supongo que está bien.
Scanning. Come get
Moving
some.
todo cubierto. We've got something over here. On the move.
I guess that'll be okay. All right, I'll go.
If you say so. The rift consumes you. Está muerto. Tiene que estarlo.
We had done it. We made it through the gauntlet alive. We were feeling pretty good about ourselves. Nothing quite like seeing your enemies driven off before you.